Hello, this is Crypto CJ. It's the trade of the day, the Monday night Zoom edition, and Bitcoin's pretty much falling right before our eyes. We're down about 5.5% today. Started over the weekend. It's a little disappointing. We're hovering around 21K now. Let's go to the chart. Okay, you guys should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart. Okay, I'll assume you can see it unless someone tells me differently. I bumped up my trading range on Friday to about 23.8. The below or the bottom is 18.8, and we bounced off 24 a couple times, but didn't close there. And then we've been trending down since Friday. And today, yeah, looks like the UTC clock just changed. So we're 21.3, a little bit below that now, trending down. So that's no fun. So why is this happening? I think we're getting some jitters about this. This is the financial calendar you guys should be seeing.
Yeah.
Wednesday the 27th. Thank you. Hey, Craig's here.
Yeah.
Got the federal funds rate coming out, and the anticipated raise is 0.75% or 75 basis points. There's some people and some Debbie Downers out there saying could be a full 100 points or a full percentage point. They're saying about 3-to-1 odds on 0.75 versus 1, so the market might be pricing in that 100 basis points drop. It's annoying. I've said it many times that Bitcoin is even tied to this kind of thing. It should be an inflation hedge, not running the same course as the NASDAQ market or the at-risk markets. But it is a risky asset. That's probably why. When people see high interest rates, they tend to be drawn to interest-based investments as opposed to riskier investments like stocks and bonds and crypto and things like that. So I'm pretty cautious right now until after this announcement on Wednesday morning. So I'm using lower leverage on my trades and smaller amounts. I suggest you guys do the same until we have some better guidance on this. Later in the week, we should know where we're going, and you can resume normal trading activities. But for today and tomorrow and early Wednesday morning, be careful out there, guys. So yeah, Bitcoin's already trending down a little bit. Ethereum was hanging in there pretty well around 1,500. We gave that up earlier today. Now we're 1,440. Kind of curious to see if we're going to drop down to 1,000 towards the bottom of this range. And then on Bitcoin, down if we're going to break below 20 again. So 20,000 on Bitcoin and 1,000 on Ethereum are sort of the psychological support areas that hopefully we can hold if we are in a protracted downswing for the next few days. If I don't think the Fed would increase rates over 100 basis points, but I guess that's possible. Okay, any comments about the Bitcoin or the crypto market overall, markets in general, and the state of crypto? Okay, well, what do we do now? We've got Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro to help us find potential trades. Again, I suggest being cautious. Instead of doing some of the entries on the 15-minute chart, you might want to go in the 30 on your longs. Shorts, in case we are at the bottom, you should probably go in small and lower leverage, but let's see what we can find. Okay, Altcoin Alert. I've got the Altcoin radar setting, so that gives me all the information. I'm going to reload to update. And the first thing I like to look at is the AA score. AA score, can I find anything over 80, which is very bullish? And yes, we have 4 candidates today. Lena, Bluezell, Iris I've never traded, and Vet. So Vet just popped in there. That wasn't there a little while ago. I've got the Lena chart up, so let's go ahead and look at that one. Okay, on the 5-minute, we're already in a dip sequence. But let's look at the day chart to get the big picture. Yeah, this got listed on Binance in March of last year. It's pretty much been going down ever since. It had some success getting up to 8 cents here back in November and dropped nearly 90% since then, like a lot of coins have. On the hour, had a decent move here last week, 30%, and has given most of that back. On the 5-minute, kind of a double dip here. We had a squeeze and then a dip, but it just went kind of a dead cat bounce. Is this a reverse head and shoulders? A little rusty on my structures, but then one could argue this is a head and shoulders. Anyway, it just made one dip and then bounced back up. Got several red candles in a row on this dip here, and we haven't had a return yet to the bottom of the Bollinger Band on this one. So there's not a real obvious place to put we don't want to get in yet because this dip sequence clearly isn't complete unless it duplicates this action here. And these are kind of rare. Usually a single dip is unusual. Sometimes we get 2 dippers. A lot of times we get 3 or 4. So I would usually go to my 15-minute chart and look for an alert, an indicator alert. But I think I'm going to go 30 on this because I'm a little worried about current events making things difficult. And really, none of these bullish divergences have done very well. One's actually forming right now. So I don't know if I would go that route. Turn that off. A couple of these RSI dips below the 30, which is considered oversold, have done okay. This one here on Friday got up to the SMA line, 3.5% in 7.5 hours. That's pretty good day trade. And same thing happened here yesterday in the afternoon. Got not quite 1% before it got caught in this Bitcoin drop. So in this situation, I think I'd go with the RSI, right click, add an alert, crossing up, value of 30. It's considered the oversold area for the RSI, once per bar close. And then I usually put my altcoin alert value 96.3 on the alert. And click create. But I just don't like how this is just dropping and not really making much of a recovery. So I don't think I'm going to do this one myself. If you guys are interested, that's how I would do it if I was doing it. And any questions on Lena? Okay, I think we had Vet as well. Bluezell we've looked at a couple times lately. Vet we haven't looked at in quite a while. 80.3, let's check it out. Okay, on the day chart, we had a pretty good move in March, bounced up to 8 cents. Yeah, dropped about 70, 80% since then. On the hour, had that big move last week, which is starting to look more and more like a fake out. Up 20%. and gave most of that back. 5 minute. This is in the same kind of dip sequence we just saw in Lena. It's nearly identical. So see on the 30-minute chart, is divergence useful? Not really, not recently anyway. That was a pretty good move on the 23rd. 4%. So it's like the RSI and the MFI are running really close together on this. So I think you could do alerts on either one of these to try to catch a dip sequence. I wonder if, okay, we're at 2.3 cents. We're at support. There's some support here from the 17th at this level. There's another level down here around 2.27 cents. If you want to do a price alert, that might be a good place to get in. Yeah, 2.15. Yeah, just not seeing a really obvious price alert situation on this time frame, and to go beyond this is kind of counterproductive for day trading. But yeah, you got your MFI and your RSI alerts if you want to go that route. Any questions on VET? Very similar to Lena. Okay, let's look for something to short on Altcoin Alert. So we can reverse sort the AA score and see if we can find something, but it needs to be on an exchange where one can short something like Bybit or Femex or Binance. I think even KuCoin has some leverage trading now. So ICP would qualify, Mask would qualify. Actually, ZRX would, and SRM would as well. I've got an alert already on SRM. But yeah, not sure why I didn't choose ICP instead. Let's check that one out. Okay, day chart. Looks like most of everything else down 80 or 90% on the hour. Didn't have that big move beginning from the third. Well, here it is. Yeah, here's the move from the 13th. Actually about 30%, and then gave most of that back. Yeah. Okay, on the 5. We're looking for a 1, 2, 3 pump. We're going to short something. So this one just bounced right off the top of the Bollinger Band and fell down. That's kind of hard to anticipate. So since the trend is down, you might want to go on the 15-minute chart and do an alert like this, something that goes into overbought territory and then drops. And the MFI has a few of those. The RSI only had one. It's kind of like Bart Simpson heads here. It's the shape we're getting. So this one drops here. 1.6 does go against us for a while, then drops down here about 6%, a little over a day. That's a pretty good day plus trade. And what do we have for divergence? Yeah, the divergences have been pretty good. All of them have gone the right direction. So that would be another way. We haven't done one of those alerts yet. So quick review: divergence is a disagreement between the indicators and the price action. Bearish divergence means that the price action is positive, but the indicators are indicating negative. So it has some predictive value. I think I'm going to go 15-minute, add an alert on the divergence. It defaults to negative, so I'm going to keep that one on there. Once per bar close, that's important. We don't want repainting. And let's see, what was my value? 23.7. And I'm good to go. So I don't know if I'll take that immediately if it goes off on the 15. We're pretty low on this already. I was trading this a few months ago. It was in the $40, $50 range. So it's really at the bottom right now. Yeah, wow. Glad I didn't spend 2,800 on it. All right, any questions on ICP? Okay. We're motoring along. Let's do a different sort on Altcoin Alert. We also like sorting by the Elder Impulse Daily, which is, you know, a technical indicator, in the long-term sentiment, which is, you know, what people are talking about, Twitter data, things like that. And if I can match up bullish or very bullish on long-term sentiment and bullish on the technicals, that's something I want to look at. So we've got that with the FTX token, FTT. I have a small bag of this. And let's see what we can do with it. FTT. We'll look for a long on this. I don't think it's shortable anyway. Okay, day chart. Had a big move here in September, around $80, and down to 26 at the moment. Lost about 2/3 of that value. Not as bad as some of the others we've been looking at. On the 1 hour, had a really nice move from the 13th, as so many of the coins did. Seems to be our fake out, or maybe this is just a little dip and this is the trend. Who knows? Up about almost 30%. Gave back a little over half. 5 minute. Got that same structure we're seeing with the squeeze here, a bubble, and then it squeezes in again and forms another bubble. So in my mind, this is a new, since we broke through the SMA line that starts the number of dips, or the dip sequence over again. We broke through it here, so this is our first dip here. We have not had a cross yet on the way up, so this is dip 1 of a potential 1, 2, 3 dip sequence. And again, I don't see a place to put, an obvious place to put a price warrant alert. And probably go into the 30-minute for any other alerts. Yeah, these are just all looking the same at this point. Looks like the RSI has been a little more sensitive than the MFI, so I might put my, yeah, if I were trading this, I would put an alert on the RSI. Crossing up 30 once per bar close. And then I think that was an Elder Impulse sort, or maybe it's the long-term sentiment sort. It's up to you how you do those, how you label your alerts, but that's how I would do it. Any questions on FTX token? You guys are unusually quiet today. Well, that's about all I was going to do for Altcoin Alert. I think I have some more iCoinPro people on here than usual today, so I was going to spend a little more time on that. On that one, but Okay, if there's no questions on that, we'll bounce over to iCoinPro. And I wanted to point out the forums option, which I need to refresh now. Paid members of this service can get access to the forum, which is similar to Altcoin Alert's Slack group. And actually I have a chat. All right, Patrick's letting me know that everything's crashing 5%. So let's look at that real quick. Yeah, we're still dropping. I don't think 21K is going to hold. Might even challenge 20K later on tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, bummer. I was hoping we were on our way back to the promised land, but not quite yet. All right, where was I? Oh, the forum. So Justin Clark, the co-creator of iCoinPro, has this post every morning, how he views the market. And he also lists what he calls his buddies, or his buddy coins. We'll talk about the buddy coin crawler in a few minutes. And these are the 3 coins he's watching today: Matic, Solana, and AVAX. He trades on Coinbase Pro. And so he's talking about USD pairs. Some of the people outside of the US in this group, trade on Binance and other exchanges, but most of the folks in here trade on Coinbase Pro. And so, that's an additional bonus for people who are in this group. Last few months, he's been focusing on structures more, which is not part of the initial training that I recall for this group. But a quick review for those of you who don't know, you might be over here from the from the Carbon group. iCoinPro is a very conservative day trading teaching platform. It has training on how to day trade crypto, and it has tools to help find tokens to trade, and we're just about to look at some of those. Yeah. And Shahab is saying we should get out of our position. Some coins are below 20%. Yeah, and I've got one that's not doing so well right now, but I'm also in a short, so we'll see. See if they balance each other out. iCoinPro, so there's 2 tools that I like to use to find potential trades of the day. The RSI Spy and the Buddy Coin Crawler. I have the RSI Spy open at the moment. I'm going to sort by the 1 hour RSI. We were looking at the 5, the 15, and the 30-minute RSI a little while ago. This sorts by the hour. So if something's at 30 or below, that tells me that it's oversold and is due for a recovery. You can see several of these are oversold on the 1 hour and the 4 hour because of Bitcoin's drop today. So, there's almost too many to choose from. So I've had CRV was something I found this morning. I put an alert on, and I just didn't trust it quite to get in yet. I'm not finding it. There's so many listed here now. You just have to trust me on that one. But just about all, quite a few altcoins here are at least down below the 30 on the 1 hour at the moment. All right, so we will look at Kusama. Wasn't moving that much. Filecoin has pretty good volume. Yeah, let's look at Filecoin. Okay, day chart. Pretty good move up back in March. I remember there was some news about this, but it didn't last long. Yeah, down almost 80% since March. Ouch. On the 1 hour. pretty hard dip there from what's happening with Bitcoin today. And from the 19th of July, yeah, down 17.5%. 5 minute. Yeah, if this comes up a little bit, we'll have a one completed dip. So again, we're in the midst of dip sequences on everything pretty much right now. So my strategy is going to be pretty similar to what I've talked about with the others. I'm going to go to the 30-minute chart. Look at divergence. And none of these are doing that have done that well. This one did well though. 6.5%, 3.6% to the top of the Bollinger Band. And the MFI did pretty well. The MFI crosses. That one's almost 2%. This one quite a bit better. 8%. This one, yeah, about 1.3 before it dropped pretty hard. The RSI missed this one. So I think I go with the MFI on this. Right click, add your alert. Crossing up. Value 20. Once per bar close and RSI SPY long. So I have alerts on a few others right now that from this morning, so I'm going to hang with those. But again, a lot of them look like this. Okay. Again, there's so many on here. I'm not sure that there's much value in going through all these, but I will show you one feature that's kind of cool. Like waves here, 20 million in volume on Binance. I can click this drop-down menu and go to trading view, and it'll open this chart in my most recent format. So it goes to the 5 minute. So we'll look at waves real quick, and then I'll move over to the Buddy coin crawler. I gotta get rid of some of these drawings. Okay, so there's a big move in this one at the end of March. I remember that. Ooh, there's one of my CRV alert I mentioned earlier. We'll look at that a little later. Yeah, it dropped 90% from that move, and mostly sideways since then. I'm like more inclined to short this than long it. It's really taken a beating. Was up 30%. And gave that back and then some. And it's in the same dip sequence we've seen in the other, so I'm not going to go through that again. Okay, any questions on those we've looked at from RSI SPY, waves, and file? Okay, I'll bounce over to Buddy coin crawler. Oh, fear and greed index. Let's see what we got here. Well, we're at 30. I think this is going to drop for tomorrow, but anyway, better than 8, which we were at about a month ago. Okay, the Buddy coin crawler. You probably saw in Justin Clark's forum post that talks about his buds. He's what he does is he looks at this portion of iCoinPro, and he often sorts by 24-hour volume, then picks out a few that have higher values here. I prefer to sort by average low to SMA. That's the 24-hour low to the SMA line, which is that pink line between the Bollinger Bands. And then they've also added this current low to the SMA line. But due to the recent drop in Bitcoin, this isn't going to be real helpful. Then you get some of these weird Coinbase listings with some of these gaming tokens, and Maybe it's just up to me to keep up on these a little bit better, but a lot of these I haven't heard of, Chronotech and Marlin and things like that. The volume's really low anyway. Get rid of Coinbase on here. You can sort what exchange you're going to use. I trade mostly on Bybit, which isn't one of the options here, but whatever's on Binance is usually on Bybit. So I usually sort by Binance. I need a VPN to access Bybit from the US. Okay, so now I've got some coins I'm a little more familiar with, Digibyte, Quantum, Uniswap, better volumes. Uniswap has 43 million 24-hour volume, so let's check that one out. Crashing pretty hard, 2% just in the last half hour. Get rid of these. And this had some decent movement. I might be confusing it with a different governance token, but yeah, 80% drop like most of the coins this year. Nice move on the 13th. 42%. Gave back not quite half. It's actually hanging in there better than some of the others. This one looks a little different than some of the others that we've looked at. It's trending down hard now. We don't even have a completed dip yet on the 5-minute. So you could put a price alert maybe down here on 670, but I'm not sure how useful that's going to be. Instead of 15, I'm going to my 30-minute chart for my indicator alerts. Divergence. Got a pretty good one here. Yeah, 4%, about 4.5% to the top of the Bollinger Band, and then it traveled even all the way up to 8%. That one was good. This one from Friday was eventually good. Went up about 1.4%, dipped 4, up to 2, dipped again. So you would have been in this one for a while before you got this, caught this pump here. MFI values. This was a good move. That was a good move. RSI had the same first move, which got in a little earlier, a little too early. So I think the MFI is the better way to go. MFI missed one. Yeah, I go with the MFI on this one. Got the alert. Crossing up. Well, I've done a few of these already, so you know the drill. Okay, any questions on Uni? All right. Let's look at one more. Look at Digibyte. That volume is pretty low. I like to see like 5 million or more. 10 million's better. Oh, Harmony, interesting. It's an older project, nearly 10 million in volume. Let's see if it's on my list. Yes, it is. Oh, a lot of junk. Well, this one had a big move in January. All the way up to 37 cents. Down to 2 cents now. Wow, big drop. 1 hour. 17th, it bounced about 33%. Gave it all back. 5-minute chart. Yeah, it looks like some of the others we've looked at. It's just falling kind of off a cliff here. This dip is nearly 5%. We don't even have a candle piercing the bottom of the Bollinger Band yet. This one kind of does, just sits on it, but rather see a green candle than a red one punch through. So this would be another 30-minute alert. And none of these divergences look very good. Maybe this one. Yeah, it's pretty good, 5%. So looks like the RSI might be the better choice here for your indicator alerts if you want to catch a dip sequence. I feel like I'm really repeating myself, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. Any questions about Harmony or any of the iCoinPro trades we've gone through, or iCoinPro in general? Okay, any questions on the crypto market? We got something in the chat. Oliver is suggesting, oh, this is a direct message to me. I don't mind sharing it. Should you take a Bitcoin limit short on the Wednesday morning before the Fed announcement? Yeah, you could do that. You could even go, you know, either direction. But what I find is a lot of times, unless there's a surprise, you know, these kind of things are usually priced into the market ahead of time, kind of like a buy the rumor, sell the news sort of thing.
It's happening now.
Yeah, I think they're pricing in, you know, a drop or the Fed raising at 100 points, and that's why the market's going down. But I don't think we'd have immediate news. Let's get over to Bitcoin. See if there's any news that it's come out short or recently. No, not really. So yeah, you could do kind of a straddle thing, do tight stop losses on both, and, you know, stay in the one that moves the most. So that might be something to do. I've never really tried it. I've tried to guess on these things and usually been wrong. So I'm probably not the best person to ask, but yeah, could be a strat. All right, any other questions? Well, then I will wrap it up for the Altcoin Alert, iCoinPro day trading Monday night Zoom. If you're watching on the recording, please check out the opportunities listed in the comments below. They help support the channel. If you're a Carbon member, please stick around. We will start that Zoom shortly. Thanks and have a good one.